Testing. Hello, everyone. We'll get started in just a couple of minutes. Just want to let you know that in the rear of the room, we have two of our T-shirt vendors. Elijah is back there with the official NIL T-shirt, and also Carter with Real Words Apparel has your pink shirt. If you need a pink shirt for Saturday's game, he has some great pink shirts as we celebrate breast cancer awareness. So make sure you check out the vendors in the back.
James down for the trophies. Bruce James. Oh, that's seven. Oh, Bruce James.
Okay. She was showing me what they gave me $1,000 check to Norwoods, but she also showed me where she bought her Dean dozen of donuts. Yeah. So we'll talk about that too.
Okay, Bruce James is doing the trophies. Bruce James.
Bruce James. Okay. I got you.
With a gray shirt on.
Is that Mr. Kennedy right here with the orange shirt? Is that Joseph Kennedy right here coming? Joe Kennedy. Okay. Mr. Kennedy, I have your package for you, okay? I'll bring it to you. This is for a polo from, where's that list I gave you? That envelope. Thank you. All right. Keep the main thing the main.
Yeah, in line. It was in line. I saw him.
Well, hello, Rattlers. Hello, Rattlers. Once again, it is indeed a pleasure to be in front of you for another amazing Eddie Jackson 220 Quarterback Club meeting. We hope you all enjoyed our bye week last week. We had a lot going on, and I was actually asked to help the Hoger Brook family with the service on Saturday, so I just kind of got involved in that, and it was a great service for everyone who came out. The board of directors of the Eddie Jackson 220 Quarterback Club presented a donation to Mr. Hoger Brook's church. And so it was a great celebration. And thank you all for those who were in town who came out to celebrate a great Rattler. You know, Eddie Hoger Brook was one of the originators of the Rattler Boosters back in the day. So he's a great Rattler and supported for a long time. And he was on our board of directors for the 220 Quarterback Club. So we celebrated him in style. Colonel Joe, y'all hold Colonel Joe's place in line because I need Colonel Joe up here with me. When Colonel Joe gets done, we're going to put him back in the front of the line, all right? I don't know why you get in line behind them football players anyway. It might not be nothing left, Colonel. All right. Like to bring up another great Rattler. Colonel, he emphasizes that retired part. Colonel Ron Joe.
Thank you. Good afternoon. I'm here to talk about voting. And I'm here to hope you are paying attention to voting and what's happening. In November of 1863, at a place called Gettysburg, the then president, Lincoln, gave a talk, and he said, our forefathers have initiated on this continent a new nation conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Now, he said men, and that means he didn't include women. And men, my color, weren't included either. That experiment that was begun then has carried through to these times. And a lot of progress has been made. We now have women involved, the Ninth Amendment in 1920, the right to vote, and men who look like me can now even be president of the United States and maybe even 2 tours. But many men and women, brave men and women, have died for us to have the opportunity to vote, and we have made great progress as a nation. Now, we're about to have an election, and I do hope you're watching it, that will be monitored by the world and will be remembered. And it is my hope that each and every one of us will find a way to get to the polls to vote. Vote early if you can. Have a plan A and B. We cannot afford to not take part in every way we can in this election. Your children, your boys, your girls, your aunts, your uncles, your exes, your enemies, whoever it is, let's make sure that we tell them how important it is to vote and try to make and make a difference in this election. If you're asking me, have I done it? I'm going to tell you I did. I carried my vote in to the voting place, and it's done. And I hope that you will do that, and I hope you'll have a plan A and a plan B so you don't end up at that last day in November and then find the car doesn't work or you can't get a ride. Let's get that vote in as soon as you can, and thank you. There you go, Sylvia.
Good job. Good job.
Thank you for that, Colonel. I voted yesterday, and I took my son with me, and my wife is taking my daughter today. We don't play in the Wilson household. I don't want to wait in the lines. And the good thing is, if you go vote early, it took us all of 15 minutes at the courthouse. Find a good parking spot across the street, go in the courthouse. There are plenty of people in there. And we went and voted, and we got it done and got it out of the way, so there's no issue come November 5th for us. I got to send a shout out. Terrence Lewis is online from Ocala, Florida. You know I was born in Ocala, so what's up, Ocala? And Stephen Campbell, we had breakfast in Montgomery, a great guy. So thank you all for tuning in. We got a lot of people online. We're going to have a great meeting today. And without further ado, I would like to bring up the Executive Director of the Rattler Boosters, Mr. Selvin Cobb.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, McKinley Crockett. What we're going to do is, as we always do, we always give $21 for nutrition. So this week the going price is $21 for nutrition. For those who don't know, for each point that we score, we will give $1 for each point that we score. So we had a total of $21, and that was the total points we scored. And today's is $21 for nutrition. Okay? Coach has always told me that we were going to score 30, but we still waiting on that 30. Okay, just to give you some highlights of what's been happening with the volleyball and the other sports around campus. We got a streak going in volleyball where we went to Texas and we cleaned up in Texas, and we started out on Friday with Prairie View, and we won 3-0. We came back on Sunday, and we played Texas Southern, and we ended up there at 3-0. So we are undefeated in SWAC play. So, okay? And that's right. And we haven't lost, we haven't lost a set. We went 3-2 with Jackson State. Okay. Our next game is today. We're playing on Wednesday at the University of North Florida. That's in Tallahassee. That's in Jacksonville. And we play there this evening, and then we're going to come back. But we have on 10/27, we'll be back at the Lawson Center, and we'll play University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff. And that's going to be at 1 o'clock on Sunday. That's Sunday at 1 o'clock. And at Monday at 5 o'clock, we're going to be playing Grambling State. And that's also at Lawson Center. So we got 2 games at home after we come back from Jacksonville. And we're going to go and pack out Lawson. Beginning with golf, our men team is at BCGCA. I'm not sure what those initials stand for, but they're in Swanee, Georgia. They're playing there this weekend. Our softball team, we have 2 games. We have a game on 5 o'clock on Tuskegee, And we're also playing at Thomas University. And those are going to be at the softball, at the softball field. And in bowling, wow, we're getting our bowling tournament, bowling team started. And they're going to be at the Southern Queens tournament in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. So those are our highlights. And if they're in town, please make a point to go out and to honor our teams. Friday. Both games, 5 and 7. If I didn't say it, I'm sorry. Okay, all right. Okay, now, as always, our Rattler Boosters membership is ongoing. And we would welcome you, if you haven't joined already, we would certainly welcome you to become a member. Okay? All right, Vaughn, is that?
All right, thank you, Sylvan. For all my people at home, the Cash App is up, and you all started early. I'm real impressed. I'm not gonna spoil it, but we gotta cross the threshold. So if you're watching us online, you are very, very important. And if you're not involved in the $1 Million campaign or whatever, feel free to Cash App us. It actually goes to that. So make sure that you utilize that, and you all are doing great today. Thank you very much. I was surprised when I opened it up just now. Oh, now I'm gonna get in trouble. Somebody gonna have to escort me out of here for doing this. Okay? You got me, Sylvan?
I got you.
I want to bring up my friend. When I worked at FAMU, I could always, 100% of the time, depend on her. And as of week before last, the lady I used to call Lieutenant was named FAMU's first female police chief. Audrey Alexander, please come up.
I won't, good afternoon. I won't be long. I'm actually just trying to make my round to make contact with all the stakeholders and everybody that holds FAMU near and dear to their heart, like I do. So I have been truly blessed to have been awarded this opportunity to continue to serve my university and to work alongside a lot of you all that I know and I'm going to get to know. So I just want to let you know that, yes, I have been appointed as the new chief of police for the department. And I'm sorry, my boss done told me I need to be right here, as always. But I wanted you all to know that I appreciate you all. I really have had just so I'm full. I never thought when my mom dropped me off at in 1988 on FAMU campus that I would be here at this moment. So and so I was a student there, and so I am truly committed to protect and serve and provide safety and security for those students, faculty, and guests. So with your help, I know that we can do it all, because security is a shared responsibility. We all have that responsibility that we have to do. So, you know, we got this big week of activities coming up, and I'm ripping and running now, trying to continue to plan for that. But I want you guys to know that thank you for the opportunity to just break up a minute. I'm sorry, I just fell into it. So I apologize for that, but I won't prolong your meeting and everything. But I just wanted to just stop by to say that I need your support, and I know you will continue to support. I need your prayers, and I know you will continue to do that. And we're going to work together and continue to move forward, to move our university forward. Thank you all so much.
All right, thank you, Chief Alexander. I got to get used to that. I finally got used to VP Suggs. Now I got to get used to Chief Alexander. We'd like to recognize our Vice President and Director of Athletics, Angela Suggs, who is here with us. Coach Pressure, we got a seat for you right here. Coach Pressure, when you want to come to your seat. Now, when y'all see me doing this, Y'all know what that mean? I mean, I got checks. And I might have to do something besides the bankhead bounce with some of these checks. So I'm going to start off with Prince Henson, Anjay Henson, Terrence Henson, $1,500 toward the campaign. John R. Van, our newest Grand Rattler, $1,000. Thank you. I'm going to hold this one to last because I got something to say about that one. All right. Martha Wilson, she's doing hers along the way, $200 toward her Grand Rattler. Thank you. Gary Goodwin, $100 toward his 1,000. Thank you. Attorney Larry K. White, $250 toward his. And you know, there's sometimes you just don't expect things, you know. I expect people to hand me checks different places. I don't mind. I just like this. I bring them in, and we gonna count them in the same way. But I just did not expect when I walked into Eddie Hogerbook's funeral to be stopped and somebody to hand me a $1,000 check, and that's Barbara in Corky Norwood. Thank you very much. And so we are moving along, and also Norwoods also brought me a receipt that shows that they bought a Dean Dozens donut at Krispy Kreme. So we got to continue to support our players' NILs as much as we can. We got the NIL shirts back here with Elijah is in the back with the NIL shirts. And we got to continue to make sure that we do whatever we can to support our student athletes as we try to navigate this volatile NIL world. I know both of the coaches nodding their heads over here. At this time, we'd like to bring up Bruce Jones to present the trophies for our Bruce James. I'm sorry. And the statement was, when you go by Krispy Kreme to get a Dean Dozen, first off, say it loud like I do when I come. I need 4 dozen Dean. I need 4 Dean Dozen, and people are like, what is that? So yes, when you go in there, make sure you let them know you're there to get a Dean Dozen, and let everybody else know that they can do it as well. Once again, we have to support our student athletes, whatever means we can. Fang Exchange, we got the shirts. Something like that could be the difference in the kids staying around and jumping in the transfer portal. Any amount of change that we can get them. So, Bruce? Okay, here you go. Bruce James. Bruce James. But, of course you can bring your mother up here. We're a family-friendly environment here. Mom? His mom is a 55-year season ticket holder. She's a good-looking 91, too.
Okay, I'm starting with our offensive MVP, presented to AC. I can't pronounce this. Yeah, Ace Cobb. Y'all laughing at me, but I wish y'all could see how this is spelled, right? Congratulations. Congratulations. All right. Next defensive player MVP, James Gardner Jr. Congratulations. All right, congratulations. And special teams MVP, Baylor Pyan. Okay, okay, got it. Congratulations. There you go.
All right, let's give it up for our MVPs for last week. Also, I'd like to ask Jarvis Rozier to please come up. Jarvis is a dedicated Rattler supporter for years. If you don't know, when Black History Month comes, and even outside of Black History Month, they replicate, let me get it out, replicate the Buffalo Soldiers. And they do a great job at it. And I gotta say this, he doesn't just have on their uniform, he transforms into that. Because when I try to talk to him, he don't half want to speak to me, he in rank or whatever. But Jarvis, thank you, brother. And Jarvis, come over here on the camera. Jarvis is our newest Grand Rattler for the $1 Million campaign. So thank you, Jarvis.
Now, I just wanted to say the organization represented the United States Colored Troop. They're actually the forerunners of the Buffalo Soldiers. So the Buffalo Soldiers read the history. After the end of the Civil War, gave the name to the United States Colored Troop. So they're all family, so they're cousins, okay? Hey.
I told y'all he was serious about it. He corrected me just right off rip. All right. Once again, in the rear, this weekend is Breast Cancer Awareness. So I got my pink, and we got Real Words Apparel is in the back, a licensed FAMU vendor, which is important. He has shirts for sale. So this will go good with my neutral colors that I have to wear on game day. I get a lot of slack about me wearing neutral colors on the game day. But while y'all sitting on the hot side, because I got on neutral colors, I can go on the visitor side and they don't say nothing. Undercover. So once again, we got breast cancer awareness shirts in the back, all sizes. And we got the NIL shirts in the back with Elijah. Up next, I'd like to bring, speaking of basketball, how many people stayed up to watch the moment last night? My son was like, Daddy, you all right? I was like, yeah, I'm good. To see LeBron and Bronny not only play together, they checked in at the same time. So that's like for any father to be able to understand what that is, to share that moment with your son and with your whole family. That was a special moment, so we applaud them on that. But speaking of basketball, I'd like to bring up the head coach of the Florida A&M Lady Rattlers basketball team, Coach Pressure, Bridgette Gordon. By the way, my son was with me yesterday, and she was trying to recruit him to practice against the girls. I was like, so I guess they practice against men like Don Staley. You wonder why South Carolina's good? They practice against men. So she was trying to recruit my son yesterday. I'm just kidding. I saw Coach Pressure yesterday, and I decided that she needed to come in today because she has something coming up that we all need to participate in.
Well, it's always great to see you guys. and ladies. But the season is coming. He's talking about I stayed up last night, watched the Lakers make history, LeBron and Bronny, and then we had a 5:45 a.m. practice over at Tallahassee Community College, which now is TSC. So we're 12 days away from opening. 12 days. It's here. And I'm so excited. I got a new team. I got 8 new young ladies. Um, we're going to be pretty good, I think. We're going to be pretty good. Just need to fine tune. We scrimmaged on Monday, TSC in a scrimmage game. And I tell you what, my little gal from Senegal, she had 26 points, 8 steals, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, and she had 5 blocks. So I'm a defensive-minded coach. I'm tough, and I had to explain to them what tough means. Tough is passionate. Tough because I love them, and I'm preparing them not just to win games. I'm preparing them for life, right? I tell them all the time, you might not go pro and be in the W, which is going to expand, but you're going to go pro in something in life. So let's just be great. We're going to stand for excellence on the court, off the court. We're going to compete. We're going to compete. We're going to compete. Did I tell you that? Did I tell you I'm excited? I'm really excited, though. Even though this morning, boy, we worked nothing but defense. I ain't even let them touch the ball. We just worked defense because we scored 74 points, but we gave up too many points. So scoring baskets will not be a problem this year. I need them to play defense. More importantly, that game when we open up, it's November the 4th. That's the Monday after homecoming. 6:30 in Al Lawson. And I'm going to bring my VP up, AD. I'm going to tell you something about our new VP AD. When we was in the head coaches meeting, Coach right here, Coach Colzie is here. And they asked her, we all asked her, once again, I came in late. I came in, church finger up, excuse me, because we had practice, I said, we asked her, what are you going to do for us? She said, for the first 100 days, I'm going to listen to everything that you need. And when I tell you, I went to volleyball games, and it's more people at one volleyball game than they had all last year, that let me know we got somebody that we need to have. She's special, so we need to hold on to her, and she's a woman of her word, right? And we cut from the same cloth. I'm so excited about that. We put pressure on people when we walk in the gym, and I like that. We mean business. We know what it means to go outside your box. We know that we're here to serve those student athletes, and that's the only reason I'm here. It's not about the money. Yeah, we love the money, but I'm a servant. I'm a servant of them young ladies. And I told y'all, it get a little personal when they pick on my young ladies, right? I told you, don't boo them, don't do anything. If you got anything to say about them, you come to me. I'm the head. And I'll deal with them. Behind closed doors, I'm going to get them. But in public, I'm defending them all day, every day. All day, every day. Because they work hard. They not like the normal students. They still get a 3. We had a 3.4 GPA average in the summer. 3.4 GPA average in the summer. And we were still getting in the gym. Boy, we loved our shooting gun. Thank you there, Mr. Kenny family. We love it. I already told them, I'm like, we didn't pay $10,000 for y'all not to have a good shooting average. Y'all gonna make coach look bad. And then no, you ain't gonna take it away. I'm gonna take it away. They gonna be running out there with Coach Colzie on the sideline. Just keep on going. They just gonna laugh. But I am excited about this season, and what we want to do is that we have to fill that arena. When I bring young people in here and see that gym, they are amazed at Al Lawson Center on this beautiful HBCU campus. That gym is second to none. I played at the University of Tennessee, and that's my University of Tennessee gym. It is beautiful, but one thing I do not like about the stats last year, it was empty. And I'm going to tell you, Coach been out there working. That's why I'm coming in here late now. I've been at the fair. We having our career exposure fair right now in Al Lawson, and I've been meeting and greeting. I put them on flyers up on the door because that's what I want to do for my ladies. I show them that ain't no job too big and ain't no job too small, and I can get my hands dirty as an Olympian, as an MVP, as all that, because that don't mean nothing to me. I'm here to serve them, and I'm going to give them the best. And once again, I want to thank y'all for donating to the foundation, because that foundation is going to get us to the gyms that we don't have to worry about an 8-hour and 45-minute drive. We leaving on Tuesday because we play on Thursday now, because we're going to be off on Wednesday anyway. We're going to drive 8 hours. we'll get there 3 o'clock in the morning, and your dollar's gonna get us in the hotel early. So I appreciate that, because we want them to be the best that they can be. I mean, Coach get tired too. We go 8 hours and 45 minutes, and we got to Southern and Grambling. Then we had to get right off the bus and go to practice, and then come right back and eat it. Then God darn, on Saturday, it was already 2 o'clock, and we had to play a game. Y'all know that Grambling thing still bothers me, 66-60, right? And they beat us 3 times last year. It's not going to happen this year. I can tell you that. It's not going to happen. It's not. I'm looking in the camera. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. But we need y'all in the stands. Start November the 4th on that Monday. I want you to show up and show out. But this is why I want to bring my VPAD up here. Like I said, did I tell you I'm so glad that she's here? I am so glad. You know what? And she is one of you guys. That's one of me now. She bleed orange and green. Everywhere I go, they said, yeah, I just talked to Angela the other day. Every circle that I run in, she ran in it. So that let me know I'm around good people because of this right here. But she has some news to tell y'all about that game on Monday.
Thanks, Coach. So we're just going to continue homecoming on Monday, November 4th. It'll be our Get Out to Vote rally. The doors will be wide open for you and 7,000 of your closest friends. So tell everyone and bring everyone that November 4th game, we're going to open the doors so that we can start our basketball season off in the right way. Our concession stands will be open. The QR codes will be there for your donations and all of that. But lines and worrying about that part of it, we need you in the stands, because we need the stands filled so we can take those photos of 8,000, 9,000 people in the stands, so that when we go to our sponsors, we can show the exposure that they'll be able to get in the beautiful Al Lawson Center, watching our mighty Rattlers take the court and bring home the victory day after day after day. And so you'll hear more about it. Season tickets will be $100. We're working to get that built into our Ticketmaster system, but you can start making payments in your accounts now. Those tickets, again, season tickets will be $100. Game prices will be $10 per game. Double headers, of course, will be $20. So it's just easy to remember. Get your $100 season ticket book. Get your $100 season ticket book. Get your $100 season ticket book. Let me tell you this. Last year, season ticket books were $100 as well. We didn't sell 20. Okay, so season ticket books are $100 for basketball. This year, the SWAC has gone to a new format. Only Saturday games will be double headers. So when we start in January, our conference games will be, the men will play one night, and then the women will play another night. So only Saturday games will be double headers. So for this $100, you're even getting more nights that you can come out and celebrate the Rattlers. I'm not going to tell you the number. Maybe another day you can see who gets the closest to the number, but it was not 20. Okay. We're working on a premium experience, and we just got to get that worked out, and then I'll come back with more information on that. Hopefully I'll have that for you by next week, but even with that, what we'll have is an add-on. So if you go ahead and get your $100 season ticket booklet, and whatever premium experience we have, for those of you that are season ticket holders, we'll just have an add-on for you to be able to gain access to that. Yes. It'll be for $100, you can get access to all FAMU basketball games. Because we have 8,000 of them. So we'd like to sell as many as we possibly can. We're not going to split it up. You know, we're going to be like rallies used to be. You had about 5 things you could buy off the menu. You didn't have to stand there all day making decisions. And so $100 gets you access. We sell 8,000 of those. We looking real good. All righty, Coach.
Well, I know y'all asked who it is. You know, I came here my first time coming here. Y'all was like, I would love for us to go back and have. You can stay here. I want to go back and have that challenge. We want to go back and play folks that we used to play in the MEAC, right? So we do have a celebration bowl because women, we still get included in the NCAA. So what I did, I listened. I'm a very good listener, just like this young lady is right here. So I listened. So the game on Monday, it's against Howard. That's our old MEAC friends. So it's a Swag MEAC challenge. It's at 6:30. 6:30. It's gonna go out. Like Angela said, we're gonna promote it, but it's 6:30. It's gonna be that Swag MEAC challenge. And it's also Greek night. The Greeks that win at homecoming gonna perform at halftime. So Angela already said it's free. But I know before I leave here, I need to see somebody in about $100. I need season ticket holders. Like going once, going twice, we need to sell. I need the $100. Go ahead on deposit. And 8,000, that's not nothing, right? Because we're gonna show up and show out this year. Show up and show out. $100 is not nothing.
We can beat last year's record right in this room. Give us until this weekend.
All right, thanks, VP Suggs. That was kind of embarrassing. But I know in this room, we're going to make sure that we at least double that right out of this room. I have no doubt in my mind that in our process, we have to support all of our sports, and that's what we're about. Our cross-country team on Monday, and I saw some people out there. There were some people out there, Ms. Hadley. Yup. We were out there. Our team came up when I tell you just a little short from the championship. They came in second place. Alabama State beat us out. But it was a great day and a great showing by our team. All right. And Carter, we got several questions online about how they can buy your pink T-shirts. Where are you going to be this weekend? Okay. Okay, check him out. He's always right in front of the Howard Hall, the ROTC building. And so for those online inquiring about how you can get your pink shirt, that's where he will be, Real Words Apparel. All right. There was when we had our first football reunion in 2001, and there was 400 football players there. And Curtis Miranda got up, the great Curtis Miranda, 3-time All-American center. He got up and told this story about one time they lost a close game, and it was their first loss of the season. And if you don't know, Coach Jake Gaither hated to lose. He hated to lose, and so did his players. And so when they got back on the bus trip, that Sunday, it was about lunchtime when they got back, and the bus dropped the players off on the set, and it was a crowd of students up there to root on the team. And so the captains got up, Miranda said the captains got up and talked to them, and they were apologetic about losing the game. But they thought they were done, and the students just wanted to hear from Coach Gaither, and Coach Gaither, he had a bad attitude about losing. He was over there. He was there just to be there. So they finally encouraged Coach Gaither to get up and say something. And he said one line: somebody got to pay. Somebody got to pay. Unfortunately for Southern, they got to pay. They got to pay the piper on Saturday, and the man who's going to make sure, along with these young men, that happens in Bragg, the head coach of Florida A&M University, James Colzie III.
Good afternoon. I know we had that number was at, we don't don't know if it was below or less than 20 or whatever the case may be. I'm gonna make sure there's 2. I'm gonna buy 2 for myself, and we'll get them somewhere. Make sure I get them to somebody. Was asked if they asked me if I was gonna get something, if I was gonna eat. I said I thought if I'm gonna be up here today, I better not be full. I will probably gonna be up here for a minute or so. So I better be Vaughn had a chief of police in here today, so I didn't know where to go left or right. But obviously, thank you, thank you for the well wishes and obviously, the apologies and the whole 9 yards. Trust me, they're definitely appreciative. But this isn't a game of horseshoes. We played well. We played well on the road. Had a very, very good opportunity to beat a pretty good football team on the road. And obviously, you can go back and I'll say this to you because I expressed this to the team. I was hoping to be ahead at the time of the game that we were ahead. I was hoping to be in a situation where our offense would run on the field with about 4 minutes to 4.5 minutes left in the game, because we have been in that situation before where we've been ahead and ultimately we would normally run the clock out. And I even expressed that to the team, and I was hoping that we would get to that spot, and we did. We got there through however many turnovers they had, however many mistakes we had made. We were in a very, very good position to win that football game. At times, you learn about your team in different ways, and whether it's running the ball too much or throwing the ball too much. You make calls throughout the game to ultimately you feel that it's going to help the football team. So we ran the ball first down, second down, let the clock run, and then we decided to throw a pass because I wanted to throw the ball. That's what we've done in the past. We have passes in our 4-minute offense to get first downs, and that was the idea of why we did what we did. Now would have loved for one of the best quarterbacks in the SWAC to not hold on to it long enough and throw the ball out of bounds as he's been coached to do. That did not happen. And now, as we continue with our 4-minute offense, there are certain things that, as a team, we need to do better at that stage. So I'm not here to give any excuses. That is not my mantra. That is not what I do. I know it was a very, very tough loss for not just me, for everybody affiliated with Florida A&M. It was great to see some faces in the stands that traveled to the football game. Saw a very, very good football game, but did not like the outcome that we may have had. Now, as Vaughn mentioned, yep, somebody does have to pay. We are going to be playing at home. We haven't played at home since August 31st. We get an opportunity to return to Bragg Stadium, to where we have the second longest winning streak in the country, to the best fans and alumni in the country. We get a chance to get back home here and play a very, very good Southern football team. They're 3-0 in their conference. They're coming in extremely confident. And as we've, especially for my last couple of years, the Southern game has gone down almost to the wire both times we played them. So there'll be a team that will look good on the hoof. They'll be extremely fast. They're going to want to run the football and then throw the ball from time to time. And on defense, typical Southern, very, very fast. Going to try to put a lot of pressure on our quarterback, and will more than likely leave our wide receivers one-on-one because they're going to think that their DBs can cover our wide receivers. So it'll be a very, very good football game. And ultimately, similar to some of the other games, we're going to have to play a full 4 quarters to win the football game. We played 3.5. Jackson State played 4. And ultimately, that's why they got the win. But trust me when I say we learned a lot from our team. We learned a lot about our guys. You know, you had both teams with 6 penalties each and 75 yards. That's a lot of unsportsmanlike conduct penalties from both sides. I thought we got too emotional. Yep, very big game, a lot of crowd. They were talking, we were talking. Penalties hurt them, penalties hurt us. You know, I thought us being maybe a more veteran group, we would react a heck of a lot better. But we got too emotional, and as y'all saw it on TV. It hurt us. It hurt us. It did. And you know, and my players would tell you when I got in there at halftime, I didn't talk about football, did I? I didn't talk about football at all. I didn't say anything about football. I grabbed the staff. Hey man, forget all this X's and O's. Hey man, we gotta make sure we respect this game, respect this team, and do the things that we need to do. And then we talked about what changes we may make, what changes we weren't gonna make. You know, and I won't say highly embarrassed, but disappointed on some of the penalties that we may have had at the times that we had them. But, you know, again, 3-3, not necessarily where we wanted to be at this time. Was really hoping to be either 4-2, 5-1, especially with the schedule that we had. Had some bumps in the road where didn't get a chance to play an Alabama A&M team for obvious reasons. But now, as I did mention earlier, we do get a chance to come back home. And my mother used to tell me a long time ago, if you ain't happy, you can always come back home. And I'm excited for that. I know I'm going to let my AD get up here and speak real quick. I know she's got some comments about what we're doing for homecoming, and talk about homecoming. And then I will be open to only one question for the day. I'm joking.
Thanks, Coach. Before we get to the questions, thanks, guys. Southern, we have a game Saturday. We got plenty of seats in the house. We have a family 4-pack. I feel like I'm just selling. We got a family 4-pack, 4 for $100. So, you know, just get that $100 in your mind. 4 for $100. The general admission tickets are $40, and the reserve tickets are $50. And so that family 4-pack is kind of good, right? So Rattler Ticket Office has those tickets on sale. It is our breast cancer awareness game. Wear your pink. Come out in your pink. If you don't have your pink, put your orange and green on now. We just need you in the stands. With that, we also have Friends and Family, or Family and Parents Weekend has been rescheduled to this weekend. That was scheduled originally for the Helene game. And so Parents and Family Weekend will also be this weekend. Hall of Fame. Coach Green is not here, but Hall of Fame is this weekend. And so we'll be celebrating our newest enshrinees that will be coming into the hall. That will be Friday night, and then they will be celebrated on Saturday as well. So we play Southern this weekend. Homecoming game is sold out. In addition to the opportunity to be in Bragg, we're going to introduce a new activation in the Lawson Center where we will have a watch party in the Lawson Center. Those tickets will go on sale no later than tomorrow morning, and those tickets will be $30. It will be $30 for you to come into the Lawson Center and watch the game on the Jumbotron. And so we will put those tickets on sale soon. It's a watch party, concessions, no in and out. No, your ticket to Bragg does not get you in the Lawson Center, but it is another opportunity for people to come, gather in the name of Rattler football, and cheer our Rattlers to victory on the footprint. So go to the vendors, do everything you have to do. You're going to have to drop your vending food before you come in because we have some concession foods. But the vendors will still be out there when you go back out. And so we just want everyone in the space safely. As Chief mentioned earlier, we definitely have all attention on that in terms of safety coming into the footprint to celebrate our Rattlers. But we have many, many opportunities, and we can't wait to see you this weekend back in Bragg. And before that, even on the softball field for our softball games. And so, Coach, you ready?
All right.
I got your back.
We're going to start online because before you even came up, this chat is on fire, so I'm going to try to keep up. So, boss man, and right before you, I need to ask 2 questions.
You see what y'all make me have to go through? Huh?
Edwin Moore says, Coach, I am not a coach, but I would not want to cover FAMU's wide receivers one-on-one. I hope that isn't what we have to do. I'm assuming his question is utilizing the wide receivers more.
Absolutely. We talk about having not just one of the best groups in the conference, but having one in the country. And you saw it first half where, we were extending the field. We were driving down the field. I mean, you had 2 touchdowns on Saturday, and then Jamar Gassett had another one. We felt we could take advantage of those guys, and we did. Just wish we could have done it in the second half.
Okay, on my way to Boss Man, it was just a comment
Yes.
that really likes the idea of the Lawson Center AD Suggs.
Thank you, and thank
Boss
you.
man, how you doing?
I'm doing all right, Coach. The only thing I gotta say is this, and it kind of came out with Vaughn. I was told as a kid, you never kick a man when he's down. So for all of you Rattlers, we know where we are right now. And hopefully we can improve. Do not go down this road again this football season. So let's get it together and make somebody pay big.
Boss man, I appreciate that. Thank
Yes,
you
sir.
Thank you very, very much. Now, boss man, we're gonna give you the remote. We're gonna give you the microphone back in about 5 minutes, so you can say what you really want to say. But I appreciate you.
Coach,
Yes, sir.
on Saturday, the quarterback took a hit that what's it called, hit to the head, targeting.
Yes, sir.
And he came out and he went to the tent because I saw him do that. But later on, he seemed like he got gun shy about running because that was a play. We had about 3rd down and 50 and something. The left side on our side was wide open. He could go on 30, 40, maybe for a touchdown, and he wasn't there running. He tried to throw it. Is he all right?
He's fine, and just I'll give you the protocol. So the situation, he slid, and the referee threw the flag for 2 reasons. For one, they called it a personal foul because he hit him late, and then the second, no matter, and I get an opportunity to speak to the referees a heck of a lot, where they always err on safety, right? So whether we thought it was or they thought it was, anytime you see a guy go in the way he went, they're going to automatically throw a flag, not just for the personal foul, but for the targeting call. So he had targeting. We thought it was targeting, but any targeting call, they always take it upstairs. They always go upstairs, and which for us gave us an opportunity because he was laid out. He was on his back. So our protocol again for athletics, for our medical staff is they take him in the tent to make sure he's okay, right? And once everything happened on TV, they said that it wasn't targeting. And then the last question that I asked Kenny and then our Dr. Hennigan at the time, like, is he okay? Like, I don't want to put him out there if he's not. And they both confirmed that he was, and then he went back out, right? So now to answer your question on that run, I saw it because he ended up got blitzed. He got out to his left. I felt the same way. Was hoping that he would run it. At times these guys got to make split decisions. And they in a millisecond he thought a guy was going to be open on the sideline. He ended up throwing it because he was going to his left and trying to throw it across his body. But if he ran it, he'd probably still be running, and which ultimately probably would have been a first down. But throughout the season, Daniel Richardson's he's made some pretty good decisions. At that time, he decided to throw it. But trust me, when he threw it, after he threw it, I said to myself, I wish he would have ran it because he had a lot of room. But you get a guy to make a decision like that, and that was we got to go with the decision that he made. Right. I mean, after we watched the highlights and everything else, yeah, he probably could have ran it, but that was a decision that he made, and it didn't work out for us.
Over here, Coach.
Yes, sir.
Special teams.
Yes, sir.
Michael Smith, Trey Wilhart. What's going on?
But both are injured, and that's about as far as I could go with that. Gunnar Trout, who's our punter right now, he's done a great job, doing his thing, and obviously Michael Smith is our long field goal kicker, and he wasn't able to get him to kick that field goal, the one that we missed, because that normally would be his range. But they're both injured right now, and that's as far as I can't go too much into detail as far as what is wrong with them. They are injured though.
Yeah.
Oh.
How you doing, Coach?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Well, it's like we scored 21 points. We gave up 35.
Mm-hmm.
The defense, guys, y'all know defense over there, anybody?
One of them is.
We got to have some thumpers on that defense. We giving up too many missed tackles when we should be fundamentally sound on the tackling. We got to have some thumpers on that team. And I'm talking about somebody who will come up and knock helmets off, slob. And we need to be giving out some thumper trophies. In the locker room or up here when we come up here on Wednesday, we need to have a thumper award.
Big stick. You want a big stick?
Big stick hitters.
Okay.
Because that's what set the tone. Physical. You got to be physical on that defense because we had too many broken tackles, too many missed tackles.
And you, me and you talk quite a bit. And you when you play a Jackson State team as just like you would play us, right?
Right.
You miss one tackle. That 4 or 5 yard gain becomes 54-yard run, right?
Yeah.
And then they ended up running that same play in the third quarter. Jamil Sanders almost took half his body out, right? So it's a conference where you miss one, right? And guys have the ability to take it the distance, right? And believe me, we work tackling a lot. We want the physicality. When we had a couple hits, Eric Horn almost cut him in half on one of the fumbles, on one of his caused fumbles.
Yeah.
You're right. If we had 4, I wish I had 8.
Hey.
Right.
Head in grab, baby. Head in front. Grab. Let's get them.
Now we can't say head in front. That's targeting, right? I'm with you. We good. Yes, sir. You want contact? Yes, sir.
Hey, Coach.
How you doing?
We're looking at the offensive line.
Of course.
I see a lot of improvement, but they're still not. They're making good contact, but they're not really holding on, just driving with that contact. And I wanted to see what's going on. Like I was telling you, I know most of the time offensive players come up. Now, I see they raising up instead of staying low, because when they raise up, the defense pushing them back. If they just stay low when they make that contact and drive, I see that. And because you get a defensive player frustrated when you stay in front of him, because he don't get frustrated. But anyway, I see that. I know 95% of footwork for the offensive line, get their footwork.
Yes,
and I
sir.
said, boy, why is they raising up when they can stay low and be there with them and drive with them until you had a whistle blow? We used to practice that way. We had one guy used to blow the whistle, and they wouldn't stop until they hear that whistle blow.
Wow.
They'd be driving across the field to that whistle blow. And I just wanted to check on that.
Yes, sir. Well, I mean, you know what you're talking about. and obviously, the O-line, D-line, it's about leverage, right? The low man always what? Always wins. And, and I will say this, we've put about 5 or 6 games already on film. And so now defenses are recognizing maybe what we may be doing too much at times. And I'll leave it at that, right? So, sometimes you got to change up some things, right? To then maybe if you need to get back to something, you got to do something different maybe from time to time. He used to say sometimes you got to set up the pass to run the football. Man, maybe now you might need to set up the pass to run, right? So maybe a little bit different. Now, I will say Jack State, good football team. But low man always wins. Head in the right spot. Don't stop your what? Don't stop your feet. And that'll do us well. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, Coach.
Hold on real quick. I just want to say to all our people online, this is the Eddie Jackson 220 Quarterback Club. We're a little different. I can't even get to the legitimate questions for Coach that are in the chat because my screen is rolling. Keep the comments about what's going on in here today. Whether it's good or bad, I don't care if it's good or bad, but it's a whole bunch of Jaguars and Jackson State people in there. I can't even see the legitimate questions that people have. I understand the gripes and all of that. We never forbid anything like that. So I just want everyone that's watching at home to please keep the decorum of what the Eddie Jackson 220 Quarterback Club represents. We don't always have to be cheery. We don't always have to agree, but we just I deleted a couple of comments. Make sure we're respectful in the comments. That's all I'm asking.
Coach.
Yes.
How you doing today?
Doing great.
Good. First comment, I think that on Saturday, we always win the game in the fourth quarter.
Yes, sir.
Saturday, we didn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, but my question to you is on kickoff on Saturday.
Yes.
We did not kick a ball into the end zone at all, even though that we know that Terrell was the man who was going to try to catch the ball. So why didn't we then kick the ball into the end zone on Saturday?
Well, the guy that does that the most consistently is Michael Smith, and he's been injured the last 3 or 4 weeks. So now we have two parts where the guy that we have kicking the ball off now doesn't necessarily kick the ball as deep as Michael Smith, and then the second part is the guy that we would be kicking to, we didn't really want to kick the ball to him at all.
I understand that one. I understand that part of it, but I just didn't understand. If we're kicking in the end zone, I know he wouldn't have an opportunity to run it back.
Right. So the guy that does kick it into the end zone is Michael Smith, and he's hurt. He's hurt right now.
Okay. Has the offensive coordinator recognized that we are pass first? Has the offensive coordinator recognized that we are pass first?
We've had our conversation this week, and I think it's best to just leave it at that.
Yeah, because there's so many Jaguars in the chat. We don't want to tell. We about to cut it off because I don't know what they're listening for, but we definitely don't want to enhance that at all. So we got one more question. One more question. We got time for one more question. If not, that's good. We're not gonna sit up here and give them our game plan. The game plan is to beat their behinds Saturday. That's what the game plan is. Thank you, Coach. I'm glad y'all tuning in. Make sure you pay your money to watch the 220 Quarterback Club. The Cash App is on the screen. But when we done with y'all Jaguars and these 60 minutes run off and y'all take this L back to Baton Rouge, please stay out of our chat. Mm-hmm. All right. Doc, I'd like to bring up our CEO, Dr. Geraldine Jackson, please. All in her pink. And green, too.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'm going to do the protocol thing. Madam AD, Coach Colzie, Coach Gordon. Now that what y'all always say, now that protocol has been established. And hello, all of you rattlers out there. Okay. My task right now is to present the Dedicated Support Award for the month of October. Yeah, October. As you know, this little award is suggested by people in the audience. I mean, the nominees are for people in the, you vote for the person to get this award, okay? And there is a saying that like minds think alike, and all of the awards that I have presented so far have been for people that I would have chosen myself. In fact, I would have chosen all of you. But these are really special people that you all have nominated. This time I did have a few more nominees. There were 20 nominees, but of the 20, one person got the largest number of 6. And this is a very special person to me and to Eddie. He was a part of the lunch group and part of the breakfast group. And I put him, later on, I put him in charge of making certain that Eddie ate at these meetings. So he would send me pictures every now and then of him eating something. But he's just a really good guy. He's not a born rattler, but anything you want to know about football, he's known about football all his life. He grew up, his dad was a prominent AD at a couple HBCUs and then at a high-ranking university at a different division. And but he bleeds orange and green now. He's married to a diehard rattler, and he's been very supportive, a very supportive person of this 220 quarterback club. So y'all know who I'm talking about now? Yeah, and he went to 2 other, he went to his, the one that I knew about, the Aggies home game the other night. Aggies were playing South Carolina State. And so I told him, I said, well, I was trying to wait. The game went on late. I said, I had to give up. I hope your team won. He said, well, both of them were my teams because, like I said, his dad was an AD, so he had moved around. So he was a South Carolina State and a North Carolina A&T person also. So, Mr. Clayton Smith, would you please come up here? When I saw that, I started not to give it to him this week because he didn't send me the list of the games this weekend. Eddie used to come home with the list of all of the games that's going to be played on the weekend, and he would always have the HBCUs highlighted and all the other ones. So I told him later on, I said, well, you know, I'm still supposed to get the list now. But yeah, but he didn't send it this weekend, which was a good thing because I didn't have time to watch anyway. But I'd like to present this Dedicated Support Award to Clayton Smith for his long-time outstanding support and service to the 220 Quarterback Club's success. And this is October 23rd, 2024. Thank you so much, Clayton, for being here. We're taking nominees now for November.
All right, Miss. We're gonna bring Mr. Zach up and then Miss Vicky, and then we're gonna dismiss because we got to get ready for Saturday.
Thank you. I'll try to keep this brief. In the very back of the room, you'll see that basket that was donated by a FAMU rattler, Patricia Gavin. We are raffling it off for $10, and she has instructed me that all of those proceeds go to the FAMU rattler boosters. The basket, she put it together, it's a $220, I think she said, dollar basket. But I'm encouraging you all, please, we're going to present the winner, we're going to do the drawing next week, which is homecoming week. We'll do it here in the 220 Club. So please get your $20, your $10 or your 20, and buy some raffle tickets. Ms. Wilma has the tickets at the back, and there was somebody that bought 2 tickets. I can't remember who the gentleman was. I saw him at the volleyball game, and we need to get him his tickets. Whoever you are, I forget who it was. Please forgive me. But please, get your $10 out for us, all right? Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Zach. He got to go get his bullhorn warmed up for Saturday. Ms. Muse Johnson.
Good afternoon, Rattlers. And I would be remiss if I didn't take the time to thank each of you all for what you did for Gadsden County's FAMU NAA scholarship soiree. There were so many of you to give. Coach Colzie was the speaker. Our AD was in the house. I think they enjoyed our live band, and we just raised money for our students who would be coming to FAMU, and the checks are still rolling in. Thank you so much for the ones I got today. Thank you, Mr. Moore, for telling me yours is coming, and I know the rest of you will still give. Thank you so much.
All right, we have to support our total university. Once again, it's always a pleasure and an honor to be in front of you here at the Eddie Jackson 220 Quarterback Club. Once again, don't forget we got the NIL shirts in the back, as well as the pink game shirts.
I have one announcement. I'm loud. My voice carry. But we do have a tip-off mix and mingle luncheon this Saturday at Early's Kitchen, 1458 South Monroe Street. Myself and Coach Pat will be there, along with our young ladies and gentlemen. Will be at the Mix and Mingle at Early's Kitchen, 1 o'clock, Saturday, this Saturday. And it costs $20, yes. $20 Mix and Mingle with men and women basketball player. You get to meet all of us, all the new ladies. We hadn't had a meet and greet yet. This is a perfect opportunity to come and meet our young ladies, and it's also the proceeds goes back to men and women's basketball. I know I might sound like we the church where we always asking for the foundation, this donation, but it's always for a great cause. So I just wanted to make sure Mix and Mingle this Saturday, 1 o'clock, Early's Kitchen, 1458 South Monroe Street. Men and women's basketball, myself and Coach Pat, and our players will be there. Thank you.
All right, I do want to clarify something because it wasn't all the Jaguars, but I did delete some comments. So for those saying it wasn't you, you're right. But there were some on there that we did delete, and we're just not about that. As she comes up, the question was, when will tickets for the Florida Classic be loaded into the accounts?
They are loading the tickets now. Many of you have them. I'll speak with you after, make sure that we follow up on it. Okay.
Oh, you got yours a week ago? Okay, good. That's good to know. Yes, ma'am.
For this weekend's game, gates open 2 hours before, and so that the game is at 7. This Saturday's game is at 7 p.m., so that'll be 5 o'clock, 7 p.m. I know that's a different time for us, so 7 o'clock. But if you're there at 6, the gates will be open. For homecoming, the gates will open 3 hours before, and for the watch party, it'll still be 2 hours before. So that game time is 4 p.m., and so the gates for Bragg Stadium will open 3 hours before at 1 o'clock, and the doors to the watch party will open at 2 o'clock. Yes, ma'am. All gates will be open.
She got to get over there to get her barbecue on Perry Street. Get her conch pineapple or whatever she getting. Next week, We will have a new order form for the t-shirts because in our last form, it did not capture that there are 3 colors of t-shirts. I mean, the polo shirts, the 220 Quarterback Club polo shirts. So we'll have a new order form next week. If you signed up on the first one, we're gonna run you down and make sure you sign up on the second sheet so you can choose your color of the 220 Quarterback Club polo. And as we leave today, I wanna say something that's real throwback. I played for Ken Riley. Ken Riley played for Jake Gaither. These traditions started back in the Jake Gaither era, went through all of the eras, the Hubbard era, and when I played the Ken Riley era, and there was a statement we used to have. And Coach Colzie, I want you to, and the players to really hit this. It's really a short statement they used to say. We wounded them. They're falling off their feet. They shall not rise. The Lord is our shepherd. I shall not want. Hubba, 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 hubba.